Willowkeeper versus Reason. This is the other semifinal matchup, of course, or round of 4, whatever you want to call it. This is still game 1, actually. So it's still got a series here, so we definitely aren't done here on Oncast just yet, as we got this series now to cover. With that said, Silhouette gets picked off at the bottom lane as she was trying to harass a little bit. Again, she's got that illusion, but wasn't able to use it in time. She just got jumped too quickly.
Look at these items. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, we have to get our bearings straight now. What the hell's going on? Okay, let me update. Okay, that should be good now.
What is Alchemist Bones and Bubbles and Boxy?
Why not?
Why not indeed?
Right. So
he's getting a parasite. So.
Yeah, I mean we got freaking obviously a bushwhack here again. Reason uses the previous series so well did great. But they also got a wretched hag, man. It's Sheepstick, Restostone, Grimoire. Holy crap! Reason's lineup is so strong right now.
Yeah,
I guess the Alchemist Bones is funky though.
Yeah, but I think they've probably definitely got the late game here. Actually, Legion. They're obviously going to push in. Silhouette does have a buyback though, so action could be happening very, very shortly.
There we go. Energy Fuel comes out. The pull on the Parasite right there. He's taking some good damage. That pops the Void Talisman. Going to be fine initially. The magic damage too much though. Down goes Parasite. As Engineer was picked off in the background. However, Galatia's barely staying alive, and he gets denied actually at the last second. Well played right there, with the Storm Spirit used to assist with that. So Willowkeeper holding. And Silhouette, man, I mean, this is Silhouette and Bushwhack are both farmed here in game 1. I don't know. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of things that come to play. The teams, but in a true like 1v1 matchup against one another, I don't know, man. Who would actually win that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes. I mean, they're very, very equal. I mean, I'll probably give it to Silhouette a tiny little bit more because of obviously the shadow, so it does 100% damage for all of her sort of stats in that respect. So they're actually middle lane though.
Excuse me there. Flux going to be jumped. You see Wretched actually pops the Restoration Stone. The double Bat Blast comes out with the double Sheepstick. Flux knocked down, but Wretched Hag actually falls in the end. Flux does fall as well. Kraken releases the Kraken. Not the best placement. Silhouette, she's kind of caught in it though, so maybe it was pretty good. She tree grapples out. She wants to chase. She doesn't have a portal key here, but she does have that Gajiro to try to get close enough. It's not going to happen, however. So with Parasite still dead, Wretched Hag dying, they're going to fall back. What is the buyback situation looking like? Holy crap, there's been a lot used. Okay, so Baltazar on Silhouette is out of buybacks. Flux and Bubbles have 1 each. On the Legion side, you got Parasite, Bushwhack, and Aluna, all that have used a buyback. So we've definitely jumped into a very, very close game number 1 here, and not sure at all, even jumping into this, and even if we were casting this all the time, I'm sure we still not know. Be confident who's having the better time right now, because this is just really crazy stuff on both sides. Let's
just overview, obviously, the heroes and this kind of strategy. So, Reason, I think they probably arguably have a little bit, but actually there's more action in the top lane most likely. Three are going to be pushing up here as 5.
Jeez, that Mauler explosion just a lot of damage to Silhouette.
Or Luna? No, she should be fine. I mean, Reason or Luna, she's so close to getting caught out there, yeah, but I think Reason does have the better late game. Obviously, they've got Bushwhack and Wretched Hag, whereas really it's only for sort of Silhouette here. Obviously, Flux can definitely carry, but compared to, say, a Wretched Hag and Bushwhack, doesn't have the same sort of impact. Obviously, Kraken as well, very strong late game initiator because of that superior lockdown on the release of the Kraken. Engineer Flux is still nothing to be sort of snuffed at in terms of the late game. It has definitely a lot of presence in that respect, but full kitted out Bushwhack right now. Actually, just picked up the Symbol of Rage, and there's not much else he can really buy, honestly. He could maybe sell the Null Stone and maybe go for some Rift Shards if he wants to go more damage. But at the same time, it's one of those things. It's kind of personal preference, honestly.
Well, yeah, he still has a buyback too, and you could also rebuy the Shrunken Head on top of that. So, whatever you want to prioritize.
But yeah, I mean, we talk about obviously that Legion does have that's probably better late game, but Flux can definitely dish out a lot of damage. Also got the Demonic Breastplate and the sort of Frostwolf Skull. We saw that actually in the initial initiation onto Flux. It took so long to actually drop down. Took 2 Bat Blasts from Wretched Hag in the end, and still sort of survived till the end practically. So, I mean, this game is very, very close. I couldn't guess who was going to take this game in the end.
Well, I'm looking at the Alchemist Bones more and more. I mean, he's sitting on those 2 charges, so I believe he is just saving it for the puzzle blocks here from Parasite. I mean, that's the only thing that really makes sense as to why he'd even pick it up in the first place. Again, we don't know when he picked it up, to be fair, as we are jumping into this game late. But I assume it was later on. Okay, he actually uses it right there on a Catman champion.
You can always have 1. Yeah, just at least have 1 charge, because there's no point in having 2, really, because obviously you're wasting charge.
So do you want to use it on the Mauler then, I take it?
Yeah, because then obviously it'd be on the Mauler, because then obviously it doesn't blow up in that respect if you owns it. And also, But you kind of want to use it when Parasite's already infested, because obviously if you use him when he's infested, obviously it will destroy the creep, and also it will put Parasite's infest on cooldown.
True.
So in that respect, it's probably best to sort of wait until Parasite jumps into a certain creep, and then Alchemist Bones. I mean, you could arguably sort of have 2 charges when you go into a team fight, so you're sort of ready for Parasite sort of double jump into an infest, but that's getting down to the really nitty gritty in terms of the technicalities, really. But
hey, I mean, whatever it takes to win, a lot of money on the line here, and it's definitely got to think about all those scenarios there. Safe to say. So, but yeah, this bushwhack, we're gonna see what a very farmed bushwhack, what a late game farmed bushwhack and a late game silhouette can bring to the table on either side. Here in game number 1.
Yeah, actually, there's going to be a lot of action in the top lane.
Yeah, there's very possible jump potential here on either side. You see the Legion team, Reason was kind of working their way up, but not so much. Again, definitely worth it. I'm sure you brought it up too. But again, the bottom lane, the racks are down here, so that's obviously in favor of Willowkeeper. Yeah, you see the push going in with a creep wave, so they got to react to this.
Yeah, they've got to go back. There's no way. Like, they're going to lose their tier 4. I think they're going to lose tier 4 already if they're not careful. Yeah, it's dead. Nope. Yeah. Dead. Yep.
No, bushwhack. He's like, I tried.
Yeah.
So close.
Yeah, and I mean that's a big deal though. Obviously, like people say, oh, you know, Rack's already down, but I mean, another tower down, they're so much easier to sort of, be victim of backdoor. So they've got post haste and silhouette, post haste and engineer, most likely post haste and flux, and bubbles very shortly as well. And they need to keep these tier 4 towers up just to make sure that they're not a victim to backdooring, and losing that tower is a big deal, honestly. So. That they try to make some sort of big happen in terms of making it sort of a jump in terms of the team fight. Nice innovation, but again, losing another tier 4 could definitely be or cause costly for them.
Yeah. So picking up farm where she can for the time being. Obviously, we're at that point of the game. I have no clue what Conger kill would be happening here if they were to do it. And obviously, Conger's dead currently, so I assume he's going to be resurrected very shortly. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised. That's why trees around there, at least somewhat in that area. But I would think with the way this game's looking like it's shaped up, and now 61 minutes in, it would at least be the 3rd Conger kill with bananas to come, but we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. Look at Flux, man. He's tanky enough already, but he just bought an Axe of the Malphite right there, so now he's even more tanky. 3,500 life on him. As well as I'm sure that'll be eventually turned into a Behemoth's Heart. So as you would expect in a game like this, though, both teams playing very timid right now, not overextending. They're all together. They're sticking together for the most part. Like
one misplay could literally lose them the game. So they have to play so tight and so safe in that respect. Obviously, is it 0-0? Is it still the series, or is?
Yeah, it's 0-0. This is game 1.
Okay. Wow.
Like I said, this is the first. So.
Yeah, I mean, going back to the sort of silhouette, though, I really do think silhouette is probably the stronger carry in terms of raw 1v1 matchups against bushwhack. But in a team fight, you're never going to have that sort of 1v1 matchups. And so, as both carries are fully fitted out, it goes back to who has the sort of stronger team fight and who has the sort of better support in that respect. And both teams have very, very strong support. Obviously, Flux Engineering combo here for the Hellborn side. But then I've got sort of the second carry with Wretched Hag, as well as obviously the Kraken as well. I mean, as well as the Parasite as well. So, I mean, it's very, very close. Like, neither team really has the sort of advantage in terms of the late game. So,
yeah,
it's just going to be very, very close.
We see Bushwhack again kind of poking out a little bit right here. It's always in cases like this, that their heart's pounding where it's like, sure, he needs to get farmed, but they don't have the most vision on the map right now, other than maybe a little bit in the Hellborn jungle. But there goes Conger. Conger resurrecting right here. Yeah, longest game for Silhouette specifically, but one of the longer games seen in general. I mean, coming up to 63 minutes now, so this is definitely, once again, turning into be a pretty awesome game right here. Oh, portal key away, so I thought it might have been going in, but never mind. So no engagement just yet, but it seems like Tree might be almost conceding Conger, at least the positioning for the time being.
Yeah, I mean, something I would actually like to see though is with Battles, I'd like to see him maybe try and counter push or sort of split push quite heavily in terms of the tier 3 tower with the Shadow. Obviously, I mean, it is a long cooldown, so obviously he wants to have it in the team fight. But if the games does get drawn out, the only way they can really start to make a difference is through like maybe sort of split pushing. Obviously, the Vrax is down bottom. Maybe I'd like to see some actually middle lane. There might be some engagement here in Flux, perhaps, but. No, they're just going to wait around, waiting for each other to jump on each other. But yeah, I'd like Silhouette to sort of push up top as much as possible, and then maybe try and bait out with his shadow to maybe force a rotation and a gank from there, because at the moment they have the superior sort of split position team. Obviously they can have Silhouette be in 2 places at once practically, so yeah. I'd like to sort of see him trying to use that sort of utility tool of his ultimate.
Again, though, the buyback situation, Silhouette's maybe even playing a little bit more cautious because she is out of buybacks. Unlike everyone here on the Legion side, specifically that Bushwhack, who now has another 4,000 gold saved up. Now, with that said, you know, when we come in these rare situations where somebody is out of buybacks late on in the game, it's like, it's almost kind of a positive thing in the sense that you don't need to think about it. It's just like, I just spend my gold at this point. You know, we were talking about the situations like, would they have been better off if they actually bought the item rather than saving for a buyback? It's like, this you just do it. I mean, because there's no reason to save up gold, obviously, when you're at this point. So, you know, you can take that how you will. But, God, it's ridiculous just seeing the items, the inventory on several of these heroes here. And, again, Wretched Axe just another one of those. There's a full Behemoth's Heart finished on Flux, because why the hell not? Portal key on Engineer, as well as Opose's tablets. Secondary support Ruta Z, he's managed to do quite a bit right here.
That Mauler only killed Glacius.
Oh, wow, yeah. He's below half-life. Yeah, Mauler doing some work. So, Kongor clearly the focus point here. And what, again, it's game number 1, and understandably so. As it usually would be at this point of the game, 65 minutes in.
I look at Silhouette bottom lane as well. So obviously got Illusion that's going to try and force the issue in the bottom lane. It's exactly what I was talking about. Like when you have Silhouette in the late game, you can do a lot of these sort of utility tricks now. Because look, obviously it's going to force the rotation up from Hag, and they could definitely pick off this Bushwhack here. Obviously they don't have the vision, but it just offers a lot more sort of potential sort of work around. Obviously they're pushing down bottom, but now they're going to take Kongor. So Silhouette, a very, very strong hero in the late game because of this sort of split pushing potential. And Reason are looking like they're going to sort of try and fight this though. Yeah,
you know, they got the Illuna Snipe to scout. Flux, you see, it's like, okay, I'm caught with Bushwhack, but I also have 4,000 life, and I'm tanky as hell. So, not usually the target you want to fully engage on, and as they don't right there. So, at least poking in a good amount of damage. That was pretty rapid right there. Kongor below half life. But, excuse me, Reason Gaming was able to react in time and get there. Drink some water, man. I know we're just jumping into this game, but it feels like we've been here for this whole game, man. Long game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, so Kongor's going to stay alive for now.
Yeah, and one thing to note, this is bottom lane, like, you see TPS prices already have to rotate down here. And Tree, they might even try and force a fight here. 5v4, actually, Bubble's in the middle lane, but he's just going to push out in the end. But, I mean, Tree, they're in the best position here because they can wait as long as possible, wait for bottom to sort of push in, and then force a rotation out from Reason. From Reason, and then they go into the Kongor pit from that. Because Reason, either they take the team fight 4v5, or they give up Kongor, or they give up the tower in the bottom lane. Yeah. Looks like they're going to fight 4v5.
Yeah, here we go. Bushwhack jumps in. Kongor is going to go down. There are bananas. Bad Blast comes out, though. Silhouette dies. That's the big key right there. She is not buying back, remember. Flux holding his ground as strong as he can. Again, he is quite the tank. Bubble's doing what he can, but is he enough damage presence? I don't believe so. He needs to get the hell on out of there, as he will for the time being, but not for long. Down he goes. A token going to resurrect him, but he's going to be caught out once again. Shell Surf, maybe. Okay, gets Shell Surf off, but Wretched Axe was ready. Cuts him off, but not enough. Bubble survives, actually. Engineer going to be the sacrificial lamb and goes down. There are mines here. There are mines here. Is Kraken going to die? Yep, Kraken goes down with the mine trap right there, but it did not hit anyone else. But here comes back into a beautiful combo on the Wretched Axe. The pull into the Engineer kicks down. I don't know if that was 100% coordinated, but that looked pretty as hell. Bubbles finishes them off, and they completely wipe out Reason Gaming at their base when it's all said and done.
Back as well. They're all back. They're going all
this
in.
is ridiculous. Yeah, Bushwhack buyback is here. Silhouette's down for only 23 more seconds. They can't. I don't think they're going to be able to here. I mean, they're going to maybe get the middle. I don't even know if they're going to do that, though.
They're in.
Bushwhack's going in. Here we go. Nullstone taken off right away. Flux getting his tanky, but there's a lot of damage now coming out. Will it be enough? It looks like it. He does have a buyback, though. His final buyback. Guarantees going to use it as he does right there. The melee Rax is definitely going to fall. Glacius goes down. Not the biggest deal, but Silhouette is now up. There's a Flux pull and Frost and Skull effect coming in as the Shrunken Heads are popped, though. Wretched Axe, she does stay alive as they take out the melee Rax, trying to get out, but Bushwhack's not going to be so lucky. Bushwhack's going to fall. He does not have a buyback. That's what I was saying. That was a risky decision, and that might have backfired for them. Because now here comes the counter push.
Well. Yeah, and I mean, this could even be the game right now, unless they can hold without Bushwhack for at least 60 seconds. But Tree, they're all in. They need to finish right now. And this is definitely the opportunity they need to take, but can Reason defend 4v5 is the question.
Man, I mean, that was such a big opportunity for Reason to... It's hard to say, though, because I can understand why they really wanted to push it in so hard. They're already down a set of racks. They wanted to get their own, but knew from the beginning it was going to be risky, and it didn't pay off. 5 seconds on the silhouette in the background, but they don't really have the best initiation right now. With Bushwhack being dead, it's a very, very scary spot to want him initiate, but they're going to go for it. Silhouette, out comes the Storm Spirit initially, reducing the damage. She's pushed and pulled every which way. The Sheepstick comes out. Can she stay alive? Yes, she can. The symbol erased, the opponent from Flux, and the Legion team just melts like they're ice on fire right there. And the Melee Rax is going to fall. That's going to do it. GG, well played. Willowkeeper takes game 1 over Reason Gaming in this best out of 3. Wow, what a finish, man. What a
Just
finish.
game 1. It's only game 1.
Just game 1.
Man, what a great finish in the end. But yeah, obviously we didn't catch the first start of the game, but